Do you want to know how to take a paid survey step by step? Then this video is for you. My name is Michael and I have tested hundreds of different paid survey sites and survey apps, and I've taken thousands of online surveys, and many viewers have asked me to do a video where I show exactly how to take a paid survey. It is honestly quite simple when you just know how to do it, but in case you have any doubts, then I will show you all the steps here so you can easily get started with earning a bit of extra money online on the site completely for free. First of all, you need to make sure you find some good survey sites. Personally, I recommend that you join several survey sites. If you're brand new, then 5, 6, 7 at the most, so you just get used to it, and then once you find out which ones works for you, you can expand and potentially then join even more. But one very important aspect is to make sure to find the right survey sites for your country, because the best survey sites really depends on the country you live in. So I have tested, as mentioned, hundreds of different survey sites and apps, and I'm talking to thousands of viewers here on my channel and visitors to my website, and manually build out these lists. You can see them here on my website now of the best survey sites for a number of different countries. So that's the best way to find some that actually gives you the best opportunities based on where you live. So these are the countries that I currently have made them for. I'll leave a link to this list here below. If you do not live in any of these countries, there is also one that is called international, so that is for countries that are not here. But these are the countries in general that I have found that to be the most paid surveys, the ones that are on this list. But that's just the first step, but it's a very important step because there are hundreds and hundreds of survey sites and new ones pop up all the time, and you can end up wasting so much time if you just try random sites without doing a bit of research first. So I've done all that for you. I keep updating those lists, but let me now then jump to a couple of sites to show you how to actually take a paid survey then. So I just want to show you inside a few different survey sites just so you have an idea what to look for. First of all, you of course need to sign up. All legit survey sites are free to sign up for, just to make that completely clear. When you're inside, depending on the site, you can usually find just a section. Sometimes it's on the dashboard. Right now here I'm on HeyPiggy, one of the sites I quite regularly use. Another one, we have Pawns here. Most of the surveys you can find here is actually inside the app, but I've just logged into the website now to better show you. And then also Price Rebel. These are just examples. Which ones are the best really depends on your country. There, as mentioned, I'll leave a link to a list there of the different countries below. But just to show you, like for example, Price Rebel is a get paid to site. So here you need to go to the service section because it also has many other ways to earn. So then you come here and you can see the different survey routers they have here, and you just need to click here to go. The same here, for example, Pawns, it has different ways to earn there. You can also earn passively and things like this, but you go to the service section, you can see an estimated time. That's how it usually is, how much you get there, and then you just choose. And it's basically the same as HeyPiggy here because it's just a service site that doesn't have other ways to earn really. Then you can just find them there on your dashboard. You can see all the available surveys. Again, an estimated time. This one shows in your local currency what you would get, so you know exactly what you will earn. In general, of course, service is not a way to become rich or make a full-time income. It can be a way to have your opinion heard and earn a bit of money on the side, and it's one of the fastest and easiest way to earn a bit of extra money, but you do need to be aware that it's not a way to get rich or anything like that, so you do it with the right expectations. But basically, just wanted to show you, like, it doesn't really matter what platform you use. It's usually easy to find the surveys. So what you then need to do is to just choose one where you think the time to money ratio looks fine for you, and then just click it to get started. So the next thing you then need to be aware is that you will not qualify for all surveys. Usually when a survey pops up or you start a survey, then it will ask you some general demographic questions about age, income, sometimes all these things that to find out if the survey is for you, because the different surveys are often for specific target groups, you can say, because of course if you're a vegetarian, they don't want you to reply on a survey that is about meat, for example. That's just like one example, right? But that's kind of how it is, right? So just be aware that basically on all survey sites there will be many surveys you do not qualify for. In most cases, more surveys you do not qualify for than you do qualify for. But that's just a part of taking paid service. Once you find out which sites work the best for you, what type of service that works for the best for you, then you can kind of optimize time like that. I do actually also have an article on my website about how to qualify for more service and tips and tricks there. I'll leave a link to that below also. But let me now try to actually show you how to take a survey so you can have an idea. So I'll now just show you how to actually take a survey. It doesn't matter which side you're on, the process is the same. You choose one. In this case, for example, you can see this would take around 2 minutes and I would earn $1, so that's a good time to money ratio. Just be aware that sometimes the highest paying surveys, they are harder to qualify for, so therefore do not just jump over the ones that pay a little bit less, because sometimes you actually get better value overall for your time because they are sometimes easier to qualify for. So that's just, something to be aware of. But anyways, I will just try to show you for this particular one here. So I'll just click it. And you can see then sometimes you just need to confirm again. It's very easy to follow. You just follow the steps. So I just need to click to start it. And then in this case here, a new screen opens up. That's very often the case. And then in this case here, it just asks me if I'm a man or woman, and then my birthday and all that. And of course, for privacy reasons here, I will just blur this out here and reply it. And then it just asks me something about like medical conditions. Again, I'll just blur everything out there. But again, this is just like to find out if I actually qualify. So it's quite easy. It doesn't take much. I will just choose what's applicable to me here. And then another question here, and in this case here, it's in the language of the country I'm located in. That's how it sometimes or most of the time actually is. So if you live in a country where you don't speak the local language, it can be hard to take paid service. You can use like an automatic translator that translates everything in the browser. That's your best chances then. But also, like I regularly also, even though I'm currently not located in a country where native language is English, I often do also get service in English, but that really varies. You should expect that most of the service you get will be in the language of the country you live in. But anyways, I'll just reply here again and move on there. And of course, again, I'll just blur everything out there for privacy reasons here while move forward there. So it just says like these here again, you choose like different things about snacks. This is what it means there, if you have taken any snacks or so, and then I move on there. And basically right now it then says that it finished, so then I can continue. And you can see in this case here, I ended up actually not qualifying on points there. Sometimes you actually get earnings there, even though you do not always qualify. So that's how it is. But exactly what it says, sometimes it outright says, oh, you get a small reward because you didn't qualify. Again, that depends on the server side. Sometimes you do not get anything when you do not qualify. Sometimes it pops up and say like, oh, you did not qualify, try another one. That's how it is. So it will look slightly different, and it would look a little bit different if I tried here on HeyPiggy. And sometimes also they work with different server providers. Like for example, also you can see on PriceRebel, different server providers there. So they will look slightly different, but it is very basic. You just click what you want to take, just answer all the questions honestly, because they have systems that tracks if you're inconsistent and things like that, so you can end up getting banned there. You just answer them properly, and then sometimes you qualify, and then you'll actually take the survey, you'll get the promised reward, it'll go into your account there, and then you can then take your earnings out. So it is very basic, very simple to do, and your opinion actually doesn't matter. This is used by different companies to improve their services and actually listen to your opinion. They pay for this feedback because it's used for market research, so they actually do listen to your opinion. So in case you have not taken paid service before or have had some doubts, you can see it is quite easy. The first very important step is to find the right service sites for your country. Secondly, you do need to sometimes be a little bit patient depending on the surveys you try to take or the service sites you use or your profile and things like that. But in my experience, it is that you will kind of figure out the more service you take, especially when you first start. It can take a bit of patience, but then you'll figure out, okay, from that provider, I have a bigger chance of qualifying. You can see some of the service sites, they build your profile, so the more you answer, the easier it will be to find the service you qualify, all these things there. And then once you finish the survey, you will get paid into your account there. And then when you reach the payout threshold, what that is will depend on the service site. Sometimes it's like $1, some service sites or get paid to sites, it's like $5, $10, $15, that all varies. And then once you reach that, you can take it out. There are many different ways to get paid: PayPal, Payoneer, RTM, gift cards, cryptocurrencies, all kind of different ways. Bank transfer, also some that offer that. And the reason I'm not going to show you even more like what answers to choose is, first of all, for privacy reasons. Secondly, I cannot tell you what answers to choose. Many people ask me, oh, what should I choose to qualify? Or what should I choose to get paid? All these things. There are no right answers. They want your honest feedback. If they find out you're not honest, if you're being inconsistent, they will just ban you, because then it's useless information for them. And then of course they're not willing to pay for it. So I cannot show you what the right answers are. And that's why I'm not going to go through a lot of other surveys. I showed you the idea of it. Just, you just choose it. You choose move next. When you've done it, you just follow the instructions and then you will get paid. And many people have asked about this here, so I really hope that this has helped you. And as mentioned, I'll leave a link below also to the list I have on my website of top paying service sites. I'll also leave to full reviews I have of the 3 platforms I mentioned here. That's some of the platforms I very often use. So I'll also leave a link below so you can find more about them there directly if you want to know more about those. So make sure to check that out below. And also, if this video helped you, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.